Hello guys, here are some awesome recipes you don't want to miss. If you have missed any of them, I'll be dropping their links in the description box below. The full videos are up on the channel. Let's get started with how I made scrambled eggs without oil. Yes, you can make scrambled eggs without oil, guys. Get all your ingredients ready. Here are the vegetables and then the eggs. Add everything together and mix properly. I'd love to add just salt. If you'd like any other seasoning, go ahead. Once everything is ready, combine. Then in your pot, add a little water. I used half cup of water. Once this water is hot, add your egg mix. Stir to combine. Make sure you stir from time to time until all the water evaporates. Now the water is still remaining just a little. Allow it to evaporate and your scrambled eggs without oil is ready. So when next you want to make scrambled eggs and you don't have oil, don't worry, I got it covered. Next, guys, is how you can enjoy your jollof rice without having to eat dried chicken and plantain. You know how to prepare jollof rice, right? I'm not showing you how you can make that here. I'm showing you how you can enjoy it without eating dried chicken and dry plantain. So, season and marinate your chicken. Fry your chicken and dip this into your pepper sauce so that the chicken will absorb all the seasoning. Then add your plantain. You can garnish this with some spring onion. Guys, when you eat this with your jollof rice, you will never eat dry chicken and plantain again. This recipe was wow. Let me know how much you love it. Next is some chicken pie. Pie is one snack that gets its name from the filling used to prepare it. If you prepare this with meat, it is called meat pie. I use chicken and so it is called chicken pie. So I blended some chicken parts, season and marinate. Next is the dry ingredients. Here is the flour. Next I added my margarine. You have to rub in until this looks like breadcrumbs. Just like this, and then add water. Mix properly to form a dough. Then let this rest in your refrigerator. Next, let's make the filling. Prepare the ingredients for the filling. These are some vegetable and some spices. In your pot, add some oil. Add the onion. Stir until it is translucent. I added ginger and garlic and then the chicken. Here is my thickener. I used corn flour. Once the filling is ready, add the thickener a little at a time until you get the consistency you want. Then take this off the heat. I used eggs to egg wash. Now that everything is ready, here is the dough. I'll be rolling this out with my rolling pin. If you don't have a rolling pin, you can see what I'm doing. Improvise. Use your cutter to cut it out. If you don't have a cutter, improvise as well. Once you're up to this stage, add your filling. Look at the dough, guys. It is so smooth. Add your filling and then egg wash. Make sure you egg wash properly so that it will be sealed properly. You can use a fork to make some designs just like this. If you don't have pie cutter, you can improvise just like what I'm doing. Next is to egg wash. This egg wash will help it to look shiny when it is ready. Once everything is ready, bake in your oven. If you don't have an oven, you can improvise just like what I'm doing now. I bake this in my pot using my baking pan. Make sure you line this baking pan. Ta-da! It is ready, guys. This was so delicious. It was yummy. This was baked in a pot. Chicken pie. You don't want to miss this recipe, guys. Next is spaghetti. Look at this yumminess, guys. Let me quickly show you how I made this. So you have to get your chicken ready. Prepare it and then let it soak in some pepper sauce. Get the egg ready. This egg will be scrambled. I've shown you how you can make scrambled eggs without oil. If you want to go for that recipe, go ahead. Once this is ready, set it aside. Let's prepare the tomato and the peppers. Blend and then we'll start frying. Fry the onions until it is translucent, then add the tomato mix. We'll be needing some vegetables like carrots, red and green bell pepper, and of course, spring onion. Get all of this ready and set them aside. Look at the way I cut my spring onion. I'll be using it to garnish this delicacy. In my pot, I added some water and then salt. Let this cook until it boils. Keep an eye on the tomato mix. Once this water boils, I'll be adding my spaghetti. This spaghetti, I didn't break it all. I will be leaving it just like this. I'll use my spoon to make sure everything gets in touch with water and then allow to cook. Back to the tomato mix, I'll be seasoning with some seasoning cubes and of course some spices. You can use any spice of your choice. Guys, don't forget to keep an eye on the spaghetti stir from time to time. Then cover to cook properly. Back to the tomato mix, it should be ready by now. I will be adding my carrots. Let this cook for about 2 minutes, then add all the bell peppers and stir. Back to the spaghetti, this should be ready by now. Drain the water and then add the spaghetti into the tomato mix. Stir so that everything will be well combined and let the spaghetti absorb the yumminess. Add the scrambled eggs and finally the spring onion. Once the spring onion enters inside this pot, take it off. Guys, look at this yumminess. This was so delicious. Would you be making this recipe? The link will be in the description box below. Next, we are moving on to a local delicacy, guys. This is African breadfruit. This is okwa. This okwa can be eaten without even adding salt. In this video, I simply added salt, pepper, and oil. You can separate the water. You can also prepare this using the porridge recipe. And this meal is ready. Once it is soft, it is ready. You can eat it alone. You can add just salt. You can make it just the way I did. I also made sponge cake in a blender. This was so easy. Get your dry ingredients ready in a blender. Add your eggs, add your sugar, and then oil. Blend until everything is creamy. And that's all you need to do. Once it is creamy, add this in a bowl. Guys, look at it. Once this is added in a bowl, we'll be adding the dry ingredients. Here are some flour, baking powder, and baking soda. Mix properly and then add your flavor. Add some milk. This milk will help to lighten it. The consistency will be so light and then bake in your oven. If you don't have an oven, don't worry, I got you covered. We did this in a pot and it was so delicious, guys. Look at it. We made sponge cake in a blender. We don't need any butter or margarine. We simply used oil. Next is some noodles. Do you love noodles? Let me show you how you can make noodles so you can enjoy it even more. So we need some eggs, add some vegetable and then salt, depending on the way you love your eggs. Just get it ready and set it aside. Once the egg is ready, we'll be needing some peppers, both grounded pepper and chopped pepper. To the noodles now, let some water boil in your pot and then add your noodles. Let this cook. If you want to break your noodles into smaller parts, that's okay. I don't love it that way. So I'll be cooking it just like so. In another pot, we'll be frying some onion. Once this onion is translucent, we'll be adding the pepper that was blended. Once this pepper is ready, then we'll be adding the carrots. I really want my carrot to be crunchy when I'm eating my noodles, so I won't be cooking for a long time. Once this noodle is ready, we'll be taking it off the heat. Spice the pepper mix with just the seasoning in the noodles. Then add your noodles right now. Make sure you stir properly and allow these noodles to absorb all the yumminess in this pepper sauce. Then add the pepper that was chopped. Finally, add your spring onion, and that is all you have to do to enjoy your noodles. Guys, this was so yummy. It was served with the eggs, some plantain, and some chicken. Guys, look at it. Finally, is this a recipe that has been saving lives. Since time immemorial, you can use white cassava flakes or the yellow one for this recipe. I prefer to go with the white one, so I'll be adding some water. I will stir and drain this water because there are some particles on this. You need to get rid of this. I did this for more than 2 times. and get rid of every dirt. Then pour water, my sweetener, and of course some milk. This will be followed by some peanuts. Stir this properly and this meal is ready. To prepare this meal that has been saving lives since time immemorial, guys, you don't need any gas cooker. You don't need anything. Just get your ingredients ready and your meal is ready. This is so delicious. For all the recipes, guys, their full videos are up on the channel. I'll be listing their link in the description box below. If there's anyone you would love to see the full video, don't worry, I got you covered in the description box below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in my next one.